The Fox 25 Primetime News at 9 starts right now.
And we are following some breaking news in just the last hour. Governor Mary Fallin says that she will sign historic bills in an attempt to stop that teacher walkout.
Yeah, those bills passing the Senate within the last 2 hours. Now, they approved those bills aimed at raising teacher pay. You're looking live at the state capitol right now. Senators approved the revenue package with a historic 75% majority vote. And we've got your back watching this closely. Fox 25's Jordan Lucero has been at the Capitol all day, tracking what will happen as we get closer to a teacher walkout. She's live there right now with more on what these bills will mean for you. Jordan.
Right now, Senate chambers are finally closed for the day after the members here had a very long day. In just the last 90 minutes, they passed 3 bills that center around those teachers' demands. One of them is a pay raise for our teachers. It would provide every teacher in Oklahoma with a $5,000 to $8,000 raise. To pay for it, they passed a cap on itemized deductions on your state income tax, and the big one, a revenue package that required a supermajority of votes that's never made it through before. Senators celebrated as they passed that revenue bill that the House sent to them. It calls for an increase in a 5% gross production tax, a $5 a night motel hotel tax, 3 cents a gallon on gas, 6 cents a gallon on diesel tax increase, and $1 per pack cigarette tax. But that hotel motel tax section will change. That's what lawmakers promised. A bill that repeals that part of the package is already drafted, and lawmakers say they'll vote on it in the morning. Senate leadership says they already are looking at ways to make up the money that tax would have brought in. The hotel motel tax was a surprise move, and people in that industry said it would have had a lot of unintended effects.
A lot of people said we couldn't do this, that we needed to change different things, that we would never get there. Some have accused certain people of this building of always being no, but I think we showed tonight that we could be for an answer.
A very, very historic day for the state of Oklahoma. Didn't happen overnight. We've been doing this for about 15 months now, trying to find that right combination, trying to find that right sweet spot to finally get this revenue package across the finish line and be done and take a very important step for the future of Oklahoma.
This is a very historic moment. It's a big pay raise for our teachers in our state. You know, West Virginia had a big strike and they got 5%, and you guys were given over 15% for our beginning teachers, so a much bigger salary increase for our teachers, and we haven't even had a strike.
The governor and lawmakers celebrated the progress made today in the state capitol, but they admit there is still work to be done. They say education does need more funding, and they'll work on ways to do that, calling this the very first step. They also say they're hopeful teachers will thank them for the moves they made tonight. Back to you.
And ever since that passage in the Senate tonight, social media has been filled with reaction from teachers and education associations. Let's take you live now to the Oklahoma Education Association's Facebook page. They posted this just within the last hour. The passage of House Bill 1010XX is a truly historic moment in Oklahoma. This movement, fueled by the courageous acts of teachers, parents, bus drivers, paraprofessionals, custodians, and community members, has forced this legislator to finally act. The historic investment of $500 million will benefit a generation of Oklahoma students and will be felt in every community across the state. While this is a major progress, the investment alone will not undo a decade of neglect. Lawmakers have left funding on the table that could be used immediately to help Oklahoma students. There is still work to do to get this legislator to invest more in our classrooms. That work will continue Monday when educators descend on the Capitol. That's the OEA president. Now, in the walkout organization's group on Facebook, they have sent out a teacher survey that they are asking teachers to fill out. You're looking live at that survey that I've just pulled up now for you, asking teachers whether or not they are happy with the bill's passage, everything included in it. Now, they do say their ask is their ask. The Oklahoma Education Association is still planning to walk out, at least at this point. Now, there have been lots of comments from educators as well as community members saying to not give in. They are still urging teachers to walk out despite the bill's passage here tonight.
As Jennifer was saying, even if the governor signs the legislature's plan, teachers say it's just not enough. Ahead of the April 2nd walkout, they want to raise awareness about their fight. You can see on this post, teachers are organizing on Facebook and going out in their communities with signs and flyers. Districts across the state met on the streets today, and more plan to rally tomorrow. Fox 25's Caroline Vandergriff is live in Edmond with all the details on this. Caroline.
Edmond teachers will be standing here tomorrow at major intersections on Broadway between 33rd and 2nd. Now, just a few hours ago, Stillwater teachers were out doing the same thing. The main message they want to send, they're walking out not on the students, but they're walking out for the students. A show of solidarity from passing cars.
There's a lot of support.
For Oklahoma teachers fighting for pay raises and increased education funding.
But for the people that might not know exactly what's going on, they drive by, they see the signs, they do a little research, maybe they pull over and they come talk to us and ask us what's this all about.
Teachers across the state are hitting the streets to raise awareness.
I think that people think that we're only focused on teacher pay raises, and that is not the case. We're also focused on fully funding education and per pupil spending.
And they say the latest education funding plan from state lawmakers just doesn't cut it.
It only offers half of the pay raise we asked for. It only offers a fourth of the funding that we asked for, and it only offers a fifth of the pay that we asked for support staff.
That's why teachers still plan on walking out of their classrooms April 2nd.
We're out here because we love our kids, and we're trying to get them the funding that's necessary so that way we can buy them new textbooks and we can reduce class sizes.
They want a permanent fix, not a Band-Aid, to end the teacher shortage in Oklahoma and restore years of education cuts.
I'm tired of going through this cycle. In 1990, my mom taught at Stillwater High, and so in 1990, I was 12 holding a sign with her. And here we are again.
So if it takes a walkout to create lasting change,
even though it's a very hard, heavy thing to do,
they say it will be worth it. Edmond teachers won't be the only ones at busy intersections tomorrow raising awareness. More teachers and also Putnam City Schools teachers also have similar plans along with districts across the state. Mike?
All right, Caroline, thank you. The new coalition announced today that they are against the proposed bill that would give teachers a raise. And Wendy, this new group is now taking action. They're opposing these new taxes in Oklahoma.
They are, Mike, and they actually spoke at the Capitol today and unveiled a 7-point plan. Former Senator Tom Coburn is leading that group. He says he believes teacher pay raises can come from eliminating government waste and some tax credits. They also called for a permanent legislative oversight committee to look at agency spending.
I said, oh my goodness, Oklahoma's become Washington, and it has. You had the suspension of rules, the lack of ability to read a bill, the lack of ability to offer amendments, and the only leadership you had was to spend more and have less responsibility and less transparency in government.
The group says while they support teachers, they want to look at audits, transparency, and ending wind tax credits. They're also considering launching a signature drive to overturn any major tax hikes signed by the governor.
A temporary sigh of relief for many Oklahoma teachers thanks to a huge donation to a crowdfunding site. Now, I pulled up the DonorsChoose.org, where a San Francisco-based technology company made a major contribution to teachers. Ripple donated $29 million to the site, and that's enough to cover every single classroom project request across the U.S., including the 221 requests made by OKCPS teachers.
The Foundation for Oklahoma City Public Schools started into a partnership with DonorsChoose.org in November of 2014. Since that time, just the impact for Oklahoma City Public Schools teachers is $2.6 million.
And Malone says while news of a donation is something to be celebrated, we cannot forget about the underlying issue plaguing Oklahoma education. She encourages everyone to contact their state legislatures as soon as possible.
Good evening, everyone. We did have some more spring showers today, And more rain and thunder are possible tonight, believe it or not. Cold front will be creeping and crawling across Oklahoma, and we already have some showers and a couple thunderstorms right now in the Texas Panhandle. Northwest Oklahoma coming off this front, some light to moderate rain, but those rain chances will be increasing tonight as that cold front drags right through the state. And the chances are pretty good, 40–60%. Again, a couple thunderstorms are possible. No severe weather is expected, so no worries. As we look live right now across Oklahoma City, this is the Air Comfort Solutions WeatherBug Network. It's cloudy, it's cool, and we have some drizzly spots, but rain and thunderstorms are likely later on tonight, and we're heading down to about 46. More showers tomorrow, and a strong Easter cold front comes in. And man, do temperatures take a dive. I'll let you know why you may need to move your Easter egg hunts this weekend, coming up in your Storm Watch 7-day in just a few minutes.
Jeff, thank you. A 14-year-old and his parents are taking action against the Washington School District after they say that district officials ignored sexual assault at school. In a new federal lawsuit, the family says Washington public school officials treated the assaults as horseplay or accidental touching. The lawsuit says the middle school student was sexually assaulted and threatened several times over an 18-month period. The district's attorney only said that they are aware of the lawsuit.
Nearly $200,000 of taxpayer dollars will be used to settle an excessive force lawsuit. Velka Lippi says in 2014, an off-duty police officer pointed a gun at her and threatened to kill her. She then crashed her car trying to get away. Documents show the officer, Christopher Howard, thought he was witnessing a crime while Lippi unloaded a humidifier from her car.
We're learning more about the woman police say made bomb threats in Claremore. Police say Stephanie Montgomery admitted to calling it in, and in the threat led to every school in that district being evacuated yesterday. Now, police say that she told investigators she was angry and she wanted to test if the police were ready for a real threat. Deputies say her first mistake was calling the high school from a blocked number.
Trying to disguise her voice as a man. For people out there that think that blocking a number is going to throw the police off, we would like to let them know that they're sadly mistaken.
Montgomery is now facing a felony charge. Police say she has a criminal history of fraud-type crimes, but she does not have a single connection to that school district.
One person is dead after a crash on May that shut down the road for hours today. Tonight, you can see it's back open. You're looking live near the intersection of May and Reno. Earlier today, Oklahoma City firefighters say a flatbed truck was heading south when it clipped a railroad bridge. It then flipped over and struck an oncoming car. The driver of that car was killed. One former semi-truck driver tells Fox 25 the signage on the railroad bridge should be improved.
You should be able to see the height on that bridge from right here, and there is something down there, but from here I can't see it.
The driver of the truck is in critical condition tonight.
Coming up, changes coming to how you edit your privacy settings on Facebook. We've got your back with how they're trying to make it easier to protect your information. The Board of Corrections is asking lawmakers for nearly $9 million just to get through the next 3 months. The board voted unanimously to request the money after the corrections director says that they desperately need the funds. Now, the district has a budget of nearly $500 million, but they still need the $9 million to get by. The department has been in the red all year and has a $5.2 million deficit in payroll alone. He warns bills will go unpaid if they don't get the money. State and private facilities are now housing more than 27,000 inmates.
Governor Mary Fallin has just taken to Twitter within the last couple of minutes to express that she will in fact be signing that bill, that revenue plan just passed by the Senate that will fund teacher pay raises. This is what she had to say. She just tweeted out, "I applaud the bipartisanship shown in the Senate tonight and in the House of Representatives earlier this week by passing House Bill 1010XX, which funds a pay raise for teachers. I will follow through on their courage and action by signing the bill." Now, Senate Democratic leader John Sparks also issued a statement just within the last couple of minutes. He said, "The votes in the Senate tonight were an important step, but this should be the beginning of our efforts, not the end." We're going to keep gathering statements for you and reaction on the passage of that bill right here for you at the live desk.
Facebook has unveiled its most proactive response so far to the ongoing privacy controversy. Today, Facebook rolled out a new system for users to control their privacy and security settings. Now, the system will be introduced gradually over the next coming weeks. It doesn't change Facebook's privacy policy, but it does allow people to change their settings from one place rather than going through 20 separate sections across the platform. The announcement comes a day after a Cambridge Analytica whistleblower accused Facebook of developing the technology to listen to your conversations even when you're not using the app.
This organization involves students, alumni, elected officials, parents, teachers, and others. Different generations coming together for a common goal. That goal is reforming gun laws.
A new organization is formed in Florida inspired by the deadly school shooting last month. The group is called 17 for Change. That's a reference to the 17 people killed in Parkland. Organizers say the group will work to strengthen gun control laws and educate voters about gun-related issues. Well, I've pulled up their website for you that just went online today. The group will also keep track of how elected officials are voting on gun legislation.
And we've got your back if you're looking for a job. The Oklahoma City Zoo is holding a hiring event tomorrow. You're looking live right now over the zoo tonight. These jobs would be specifically in the zoo's education department. Now it's happening from 5:30 to 7:30 tomorrow night at the zoo's Rosser Conservation Education Center. The zoo says that they are looking for energetic people who like working with children. The jobs are all part-time.
Amazon is giving One Metro STEM program a boost. The online retail giant donating $10,000 for robotic kits at FD Moon Academy. This morning's donation will help the school create its first bot-ball program, and that's not all.
So they will be able to create an after-school program for working with robotics. So they get to use math skills, creative thinking, some engineering skills to build the actual robot course.
That Amazon rep tells Fox 25 this is their second donation to Oklahoma City Public Schools, but this is the first one given specifically for robots.
An act of kindness from a 7-Eleven employee is going viral. Doyu Allison helped a customer to her car on Monday in the rain. He carried her drink, even pumped her fuel, not knowing that an onlooker was capturing the whole thing. Fox 25 caught up with the young man behind the selfless gesture.
I take every chance that I can to do something nice for others because I believe in paying it forward.
Post from the Norman convenience store already is close to 37,000 shares on Facebook right now.
Good stuff. I like it.
Think makeup is a must for women in the workplace? The tide is changing. Fox 25 Consumer Watch has got your back with the money-saving potential. What it takes to go fresh-faced in minutes.
A little chilly for the kids at the bus stop in the morning with the 40s, 50s for the rest of the day, and a small chance of rain. It gets warmer, much warmer and drier on Friday and as we start the weekend. But how cold and rainy is Easter Sunday going to be? Your Storm Watch 7-day at 9:34.
Photos are going viral of an almost unrecognizable fresh-faced Christina Aguilera. The songstress says she's still a fan of the glam look, but there's no denying the popularity of this makeup-free look. For every shade of lipstick, there is a growing number of women scaling back on makeup or going fully makeup-free.
Fox 25's Maria Garcia has your back with what it takes to ditch the foundation and the financial implications of the makeup-free movement. This is tonight's Consumer Watch.
According to a report by makeup company L'Oreal, the people who are spending the most on makeup are in Asia. They sit at number 1, with North America at number 2. More women in the U.S. are swimming against the tide and going makeup-free or even just a little light on the makeup.
Hashtag FreshFace, Fresh Face Fridays, makeup free. It's a growing movement and it's about more than just snapping some selfie. Fox 25 Consumer Watch has the stories of 3 women and their decision to ditch the mask.
I think it's very positive, very brave. That allows women to feel more confident about their own natural skin and their own natural beauty too.
Elizabeth Rathgeber is a pharmacist in Oklahoma City. She works in a sterile environment, so makeup is a no-go at work, and that just started to seep into her personal life.
With not wearing makeup, it was healthier for my skin too, and in turn, acne went down as well.
Gina Dunseith is a geologist in Oklahoma City, and she's also makeup-free.
I was thinking about it the other day. I didn't wear a lot of makeup in high school. I never wore makeup in college.
Gina and all the women Fox 25 Consumer Watch interviewed say that for them, being makeup-free is not some grand statement. It's just the way they choose to live life. Bess Jackson is a special projects manager in Norman. She has been makeup-free for almost 2 years.
I used to wear makeup pretty much every day. And then a few days before work, I was running behind, and so to save time, I just didn't put makeup on, and then I realized it really wasn't a priority for me, so I just stopped wearing it.
Though the makeup-free movement is entering more offices across the U.S., the beauty industry will likely continue to hold strong. The 3 women we talked to say that they have nothing against makeup and do use mascara and sometimes light makeup on special occasions.
The biggest issue for women working in an office setting is the idea that not wearing makeup might be seen as unprofessional. However, the 3 Oklahomans we followed found that wasn't the case for them. For them, it just seemed important to be comfortable in their own skin, even if people occasionally tell them that they look tired. Maria Garcia, Fox 25 Consumer Watch.
Don't say
right.
that.
Okay, coming up, turning back the clock on some of your most private parts.
The feminine fix that's changing how Oklahoma women look and feel with no pain or downtime.
We're following some breaking news out of Custer County. That is where a wind turbine caught fire, then spread to spark a grass fire. These are some pretty incredible photos posted to the Oklahoma Forestry Service's Facebook page. This is about 2 miles south of Weatherford. Sparks from the fire on the turbine quickly spread to the ground and ended up burning about 2 acres, and it required about 8 crews to respond to that. Just look at some of those photos there. Of course, this is one of the many stories we're following for you here at the live desk.
You come in, you get it, you leave smiling, and it's just easy.
Our next story involves some mature subject matter, so you might want to send the kids to the other room for this one. With that being said, more and more women are taking action to change how they look and feel down below.
Cosmetic tweaking to get a so-called designer vagina used to mean invasive surgery, but not anymore. We learned tens of thousands of women, including right here in the metro, are turning to a groundbreaking procedure that you could get on your lunch break.
Just as this flower goes from bud to bloom to droopy, dying petals, the march of time can take a toll on some of our most private body parts. But what if we could reverse the clock with something as simple as a wand?
This is the wand.
It's called ThermEva, one of the growing number of vaginal radio frequency treatments on the market. Tiffany Bankston performs the 30-minute procedure on women ranging from their 20s into their 70s.
Just kind of making gentle sweeping motions all throughout the vaginal canal, and then we'll come on the outside and tighten up any skin if they have any skin laxity.
The makers of ThermEva claim the temperature-controlled device can help everything from dryness and pain during sex to bladder control, and can even alter the outward appearance, all with no pain or downtime. Some are calling it a facelift for the vagina.
It is not painful. It is like a warm massage.
Charlene Bowman is one of the 55,000 women who've tried ThermEva since the device came on the market in 2015. She wanted to do something about bladder leakage.
When you cough, when you sneeze, you start to notice that you just need a little help with tightening things back up.
She calls her results after several treatments life-changing.
Even after the first time that I had it, I could notice a huge difference.
While this device is relatively new, the so-called vaginal rejuvenation industry has exploded over the past decade. Labiaplasty, a more invasive surgery, is now the world's fastest growing type of cosmetic surgery, with a 45% jump in just 1 year. A trend fueled by women who are frustrated or embarrassed. They now have more options than ever if they're willing to speak up.
It's still kind of a taboo with a lot of women. I think a lot of people suffer from it, but they just don't know who to ask or who to tell.
I'll hear moms discuss the same issue, and I just bring it up. I just go out there and tell them, and they're so thankful.
There are only a handful of Thermiva providers in the metro. They tell us they've seen both women and their partners enjoying the benefits, reporting a near 100% satisfaction rate.
That intimacy is important to their long-term health. Without that intimacy, they actually don't live as long.
Many times patients come and cry because this has changed how they function.
That's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal.
You can't really bring a rose back to life, but with the science of heat through a wand, women might find they can bloom once again.
Thermiva providers recommend 3 30-minute sessions over the course of several months, with a session about every year for maintenance. You're looking at a price tag upwards of $3,500.
Hope you're having a great Wednesday, everyone. Cold front coming through northwest Oklahoma tonight will cause some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, and this thing will swing by the whole state tonight, by the way, and the chances of rain and a couple thunderstorms are actually pretty good. But we do dry out on Friday, and as we step into the weekend, it gets sunny and dry and much warmer, spring-like temperatures to start off Easter weekend, but winter-like stuff as we end the holiday weekend. This freakishly strong cold front comes in on Easter Sunday. It gets cold, it gets breezy, and not good stuff for the Easter bunny. The numbers in just a minute, and we do have some rain chances tonight. Remember, coming off that front, it'll be sliding and cruising right through Oklahoma very slowly. So the chance of rain showers and thunderstorms not too shabby, about 40–60%. Right now we have some light to moderate rain in northwest Oklahoma and some thunderstorms extending into Kansas. Those rain possibilities, 40–60%, will continue tonight, but most of that rain should be gone for your Thursday morning drive. Overnight lows, very chilly, but very average, somewhere in the 40s. And that's how we start off your Thursday morning. A small chance of rain throughout the day, so hit or miss showers throughout your Thursday, and most of us will get missed. A lot of dry time, 46 in the morning, cloudy, chilly, up to about 50 at 11, and mostly in the 50s tomorrow afternoon. Mainly dry skies. A low chance of rain, however, will continue into the afternoon and evening. Highs in the 50s to maybe around 60 in spots. So Friday, 67, and look how nice and toasty it gets as we start off that holiday weekend. 75, nice and spring-like. And again, you may want to move your Easter egg hunts to Saturday, or you may have to move them indoors on Sunday, because look how nasty it gets. Behind that front on Easter morning, we do start off in the middle to upper 30s. Some places north, maybe close to freezing. It's going to be breezy, so it's going to feel a lot colder than that. So 42 in the afternoon. So if you're heading to church services or doing anything outside on Easter Sunday, as strange as it is to say at this time of year, you're definitely going to have that winter coat handy. And here's your walkout watch forecast at the Capitol on Monday, starting off very nippy in the 30s, 50s in the afternoon. This is on Monday. Cloudy, chilly, and some scattered rain showers and a couple thunderstorms on Monday, and again possibly on Tuesday. Tuesday back in the 70s, but cooling off once again by the middle of next week, 60s.
President Trump says he wants to improve relations with Russia, but the U.S. is getting tougher on Moscow.
This week, President Trump ordered dozens of Russian diplomats out of the country. Our national correspondent Michelle Macaluso takes a look.
In one of his strongest actions to date against Moscow, President Trump expelled 60 Russian intelligence officers the U.S. says were posing as diplomats, and announced the closure of a Russian consulate in Seattle over the nerve agent attack on a former Kremlin spy on British soil. But so far, Trump has been publicly silent on the topic. No tweets, no comments.
My sense is that the president wants to leave open opportunities to deal with Vladimir Putin directly himself.
Instead, his administration is doing the talking.
He still perhaps wants to have potentially a personal relationship with Putin to advance American interests on issues of concern.
Last week, Trump called Russian President Vladimir Putin to congratulate him on his re-election win, but the two leaders did not discuss the poisoning. A National Security Council spokesperson says Trump did not bring it up to avoid conflict.
He wants to keep the leader-to-leader channel as cordial as possible. He's willing to do what is necessary to do to protect U.S. interests and stand with allies. But if this relationship is ever going to get better, it's going to get better from the top down, especially in a system like Russia's.
The U.S. action against Russian diplomats was taken in close coordination with other countries. More than 100 Russians have been expelled from nations worldwide. Despite the recent expulsions, critics have accused the administration of being too soft on Russia.
I think the president was forced to move on this because of UK, Prime Minister May being so strong about what Russia did in Great Britain.
Russia has denied any wrongdoing and has promised to retaliate against the West. The U.S. is urging caution and restraint. On Capitol Hill, I'm Michelle Macaluso.
If you like sunshine, pleasant temperatures, and a bit of a breeze, your best outdoor day will be on Saturday. Highs in the 70s. If you like it cold and blustery, that's Easter Sunday. We do start off very chilly in the 30s, and it really stays that way all day. If we're lucky, as of right now, we may get into the low to mid 40s, but with that strong breeze coming in from the north, it will feel a lot colder than that. And then on top of that, some showers are possible.
Hi, I'm Fox 25's Jasmine Anderson.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Oklahoma communities. We're extremely proud of the quality and balanced journalism that Fox 25 News produces.
But we are concerned about the troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country. The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members in the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
At Fox 25, it's our responsibility to report and pursue the truth. We understand truth is neither politically left nor right. Our commitment to factual reporting is the foundation of our credibility, now more than ever. But we are human, and sometimes our reporting might fall short.
If you believe our coverage is unfair, please reach out through OKCFox.com and click on Content Concerns. We value your comments. We will respond back to you.
We work very hard to seek the truth, and we strive to be fair, balanced, and factual. We consider it our honor, privilege, to responsibly deliver the news every day.
Thank you for watching, and we appreciate your feedback.
Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Jeff George, one more time with a look at our weather.
Yeah, another wet, rainy day, possibly at least early in the morning. So be ready for another one, but we could still use some rain around here, especially out in western Oklahoma. Then on Friday and Saturday, as we step into that holiday weekend, gets pretty nice. Sunny, 60s and 70s, and that all comes crashing down on Easter Sunday. So the way Easter is looking for right now, 30s in the morning. It'll even feel like the 30s in the afternoon with that strong breeze coming in, a passing light shower. So outdoor activity